Good Sunday morning, Northeast Ohio. The NFL draft is complete, so hopefully Browns fans have a good feeling heading into the fall. Ohio Democrats do. You know, when they normally wax nostalgic about the good old days, they're usually talking about 2006. That was the year they won all but one of the statewide seats and took control of the state legislature. Of course, 4 years later, the pendulum swung hard the other way, and it's been kind of stuck there ever since. This year, though, they believe things could be different. Barack Obama may have carried Ohio in 2008 and 2012.
Hello, Buckeyes!
But it wasn't always easy recruiting Democratic candidates in the state until this year.
We have 99 House districts in Ohio. We have a candidate in every one of them. We have a candidate in every one of the 17 Senate districts. We have a candidate in every one of the congressional districts. That hasn't happened in years.
David Pepper is state Democratic chair. For governor alone, the Democrats have 4 candidates. Richard Cordray.
We have a record of getting real results, of making government work for the people.
Dennis Kucinich.
We need a version of universal, single-payer, not-for-profit health care.
Bill O'Neill.
The time to legalize marijuana in Ohio is now.
And Joe Schiavone.
I'm a fighter from Youngstown, and as governor, I promise I'll always fight for you.
The party's endorsed candidate? No one.
We've stayed neutral, and we've said to the voters, hey, this is your call.
The party sponsored debates across the state that Pepper argues has fostered dialogue, not divisiveness, like he says has been seen in the GOP, resulting from their endorsement of Mike DeWine over Mary Taylor.
Half the primary is attacking John Kasich in the Republican primary. And I think that's what happens when the party weighs in too early and tries to anoint one person and shove the other one to the side.
And we took a deeper look at that this week as well. We found that the one word you probably won't hear in a lot of GOP primaries: moderate.
Anthony Gonzalez will work with President Trump.
And I'll work with President Trump.
And supports President Trump's border wall.
I think what we're seeing is that GOP candidates are embracing the accomplishments of the Trump administration and the GOP-led Congress, particularly the tax cut plan, the economy, and even to some degree foreign policy.
Here's why. 538's rolling average of national polls may have President Trump's approval rating around 40%, but that's among all voters. Among Republicans, that number has been consistently 80% or higher. As a result, a theme is developed among Republican races, both nationally and locally: support for President Trump and loyalty to the conservative movement.
Vote for the real conservative, a rock-solid conservative.
A get-the-job-done conservative.
And as extreme as the ads may seem at times in Ohio, it's more extreme in other states like West Virginia.
We don't need to investigate our president. We need to arrest Hillary.
I think where you see that really being the case is in solid red states that are clearly pro-Trump country and always have been, and in swing districts like District 16 in Ohio that have been Republican districts since redistricting in 2010.
And early voting continues this week at your local boards of elections with expanded hours. They're still going to start at 8 a.m., but they're going to stay open this week until 7 p.m. Well, getting back to football, in case you haven't noticed, the NFL draft has been turned into a kind of Super Bowl-like experience, drawing hundreds of thousands of fans over the 3 days. Can you imagine what it would be like to see it play out here in Northeast Ohio? Well, it's a very real possibility as soon as next year. Bring it home. That's the theme of the Cleveland-Canton pitch to host the NFL draft. And to be sure, Northeast Ohio is home to the NFL. It started here, flourished here, and as the players who will mark the beginning of its second century are drafted, the argument is it should be done here.
Introduce them to the future with the past and bring it home.
The 3-day NFL draft in Philadelphia last year drew a record-breaking 250,000 people, 63% of whom a post-draft study found were from out of town, upping the total economic impact on the city of the draft to $95 million, almost 20% higher than expected.
It's become one of the largest sporting events in the country, which is really amazing in a short period of time.
The proposal has Canton hosting a welcome reception at the Hall of Fame the day before the draft, with the draft itself being held in Cleveland's Public Hall. Members of the selection committee getting to see how it looks as a TV studio this month with the Rock Hall inductions. The outdoor malls, Public Square, and the Convention Center would serve as the location for the NFL experience activities that draws most of the 200,000-plus fans. Since the NFL draft has proven to be something people will travel to, that's something else Northeast Ohio has going for it.
We were within an 8-hour drive of more than half of all NFL markets. So we think that we've got a very, very big base to draw from, and think that if they choose Cleveland, it will be extremely successful.
And with the NFL draft now complete, it's the NFL itself that is now on the clock. They're expected to make their site selection known at the owners' meetings, which get underway May 21st in Atlanta. With Democracy 2018, I'm John Kosich. Enjoy your Sunday.